Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and we are doing a massive discussion for Twilight, Imperium, and the newest expansion, Thunder's Edge, and probably Prophecy of Kings. There are 6 of us, as you can tell, where the only new one for the channel is Chris. Chris, thank you.
Hi, Chris.
For being here.
Hello, everybody.
Tell us your deepest, darkest secret before we hop in here.
Deepest, darkest secret. This was my first board game.
Oh my god. No, so it's been so long since I've done a discussion with this many people, and such a massive one to do a discussion for, including the expansions. But caveat, 3 of the 6 people here, this was their first time playing. Another one who's only played it one time before. One who's played it a handful of times, which is me, and the expert. Who fucking lost because he sucks. He's gonna be like, no more choosing next the virus. You're fucked. Next game.
We're gonna play S class only.
Uh-oh. And he's gonna sell.
Round 3 wins.
I got 0 points. So I'm trying to kind of figure out how to make this not just be a verbal diarrhea jumble of a discussion. So I think I'll go down the line and quickly. What was everyone's thoughts? I'll start with you 3 because this was your first time.
I hated it. This was awful. It was just a bad time. No, it was
all 6 hours.
Yeah, all 6 hours of it. I was just in agony. No, this was a blast. I had a good time with it. A lot going on. I have to say, I was paralyzed with what could be called analysis. I think there's a short idiom for that.
AP.
Analysis, yeah. A little bit of that, yeah. A lot going on. A lot you can do. What was it? Upgrades, ship travel. What is it called? I just learned this. 4X.
Yeah, 4X.
Yeah.
It's like probably the top of 4X in the genre, I would imagine.
Definitely up there.
Besides other games that are similar to this, like Eclipse, which is more Euro than this one. But this one really captures all 4 of those, I think, the best in my experience.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you liked it?
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, like...
It flies by, honestly, I think.
Yeah.
What other games have I played similar to it?
We played Zaya.
Would you call Zaya? I played that one. I bought it from you. I haven't played it since.
I gotcha. You fool.
Yeah. I was like, painted miniatures.
But, I mean, Rising Sun... Well, no, it's not 4X.
Last Light, if you played that one.
Last Light is basically like an hour... It's like a quick hour version of this a little bit.
Yep.
But I don't think you've played that. This might be your first 4X game, besides maybe a video game that does something similar to it. You've played area control games, like Rising Sun or Blood Rage or things like that, but nothing with the extent of tech or... like as heavy negotiation as this one can have. Chris, what do you think?
I think it was a pretty great game. The faction I chose, I felt like was not beginner friendly, and that's probably on me. I was not aware of when to be aggressive because I was too busy trying to be peaceful.
I didn't even think your faction was meant to be aggressive this entire time.
But I do feel like I took risks that I should not have taken so early, and that did set me back in a way. But otherwise, I think it was a great game.
All you did was slight me on a point, and I'm like, I have to kill him now.
Yeah, I lost more units to black holes in that last fight.
I think that really almost took you out of the game. Was you lost your flagship? I think you lost a dreadnought at one point, and they were all carrying units.
Yep.
So it's like, well, and then your presence was just virtually gone, while you're adjacent to a guy who almost feels late game to be super powerful. Kyle, what do you think?
It was a lot of fun. I do think that my faction was one that is better late game. I was building up to something, and I had a large deck of action cards that just never got used.
I know, yeah, you did have so many. Is there really no way you can use these besides what their actual uses for?
Well,
it's just stalling? Just stalling?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there was a lot I planned, and we only had to go 4 rounds.
I know. That actually surprised me. I didn't know if that was due to the expansion being added or what led to it. I mean, to be fair, though, a lot of people have the stigma with TI of it being like a 14, 15, 20-hour game.
And that was base game.
And
3 was 14 hours.
Yeah, and
But they streamlined it.
yeah, because in
Fourth
3,
edition.
well, Zach can definitely attribute a little bit more of what 4th edition brings, but yes, like, my experience was 6 to 8
Yeah.
whenever I was playing, and we actually ended almost exactly at 6 hours.
Right.
But you 3 were the newest, and you all had a great time?
Yeah, no, this was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It can only get better with more experience, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the guy to ask. I haven't played in, like, years.
I mean, we only asked him 400 questions.
No, I was so happy that you were able to make it, because I was like,
We'd be looking up rules.
Half the game is just rolling.
shout out to, what was it, the cardboard cuck? Was that, I don't remember his YouTube name.
Oh,
the
the
walkthrough.
Yeah, for the how to play.
well, you sent 2 different videos.
What was it? The Crash Course Cardboard or Cardboard?
Cardboard Crash Course.
Yeah,
That's it.
he has like a whole channel around
He
this
was
game.
awesome, like with his how to play video. That was a godsend, and
It
and
was
had
only
faction
2
videos.
hours long to get over the basics.
An hour and a half if you skip the setup.
Hey, he even had a faction video over my guys, and that helped because I would have no idea.
Yours came out like a couple days ago.
Oh, they just came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
right.
just uploaded
That's
that.
perfect.
Um,
Still lost.
but
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
so
I
shout
was
out
not
to him
this
because he was a godsend for learning the game, relearning the game.
Right.
Brad, what do you think?
This is my second time playing it. It went, I still enjoyed it as much as I did the first time. We played it, I think I played
Did
it
you
like
score
2
more
years
points
ago.
than the last time you played?
I can't remember. I was the Necro, so yeah, I had more.
You had more points,
Because I
that's
was
fair.
screwing everybody over. But
Right.
but no, I had my one big move where I puked out and I had like 20 ground units on the center of the board, which I would have been interested to see how that went before somebody rushed the end. But
Yeah, this game almost has that tipping point of like, okay, because you have the first few points of like setup, and then it's
Yeah.
like then it starts to snowball, and it's like if I couldn't take it, then Zach was gonna take it, or
Oh.
someone was gonna just immediately steal it from me, and I was like, I have to try and end this.
If you didn't have that skill retreat, I was going to sneak it out from under him because
Oh,
we had
Megatol.
yeah.
Oh, because you had the way to just bomb.
Well,
kill all
because I
the
was
units.
3 and he was 4.
Yeah.
So you would move out. It would go through. I could activate Mechatol first. He would lose a point just to try to come in and take Mechatol.
Oh, that's so funny. And last, Zach, what do you think of this? Of your favorite game of all time?
I mean, it's pretty much fantastic.
It got worse.
Yeah.
The expansion made it worse.
No.
You're like, this sucks.
No,
No.
playing with us just made it the worst game. He's like, I'll never touch this again.
Sitting there like that Auntie Donna video. It's like, I gotta get out of here.
No, it's.
Are you
it's
watching
a
football,
fantastic
Zach?
game. Yeah. Hockey.
But I imagine with both expansions coming in, it just elevated from a 10
Yeah.
to a fucking 15.
Yeah, it's a near perfect game for me.
Right. So, with that being said, because without just anyone throwing out there, also for me, this game is always, it's whenever we do our top 100s for the year, it's like the year I play it, it's like top 20.
Yeah.
Like, it just jumps up, and then if I don't play it, which it's so hard to get to the table, it like shoots way down to like, well, I haven't played it in 5 years, it's still fantastic. I don't think it's ever left my top 100, and I've never, even though I mainly at this point only can get 2 or 3 people to the table, this game is not great with anything less than 4. So I think 4 is a decent number.
4 is okay.
4 or 6. You
4
want
or
like
6.
you want even numbers.
Yeah.
But because of that, it's never been a game I've ever thought about getting rid of. And there's many games where I'm like, this is best with 4. I'll probably just get rid of it.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, I can't. It has to stay in my collection. It's too much of a staple. Too fantastic of a game when you can get it to the table.
Yeah.
So, one thing that might be interesting is, again, going around the table, and we'll start with Chris. What was your favorite thing about the game? Since we all liked it, I don't think anyone here is like, this fucking sucks.
Honestly, going through the how to play video, it's just knowing how many factions and choices it has. It really feels like this game you could play it so many times and always feel different. And I feel like with a lot of 4X games, especially the like Baby's First, like Catan, essentially, eventually the game feels like stale.
Yeah.
You start to understand. I don't think you could ever future plan in this quite the same way, because they could just be completely different
Sure.
so easily. And
Right.
I love games that I can keep playing, coming back to, and I always feel like it's a refreshing experience versus I'm just waiting to win.
You're going through the motions,
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I know it. And I feel like some factions, Zach can probably attest to this a little bit more, some factions lend more to the, this is what I'm going to do, more than others. But like you said, there's 30 factions now?
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Probably
think
30
30.
factions.
Which is insane considering the fact that every faction has their own unique ability. Some of their ships are different, their flagships are in it. They have their agent, commander, and heroes, their own promissory note, their own techs. It's not a million different techs, but like just enough to make you still feel even more different.
And the board can be different. When things come in is different. There's a lot of variables
That's true.
that helps the variety. It has a lot to play with.
100%, yeah. Devin, what was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing about the game that we played, let's see. Oh, man. One thing specifically.
Or just something.
Something. I did make a war sign.
make a
That
war
was
sign.
pretty badass.
We only had two
I mean, I
war-
really enjoyed my faction. They were fun. I hated that they started weak, but
Yeah.
everything about their snowballing effect really spoke to me. So I guess I could say my faction. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Their
You and I were the
playstyle,
only ones
being
that
a warmonger.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is like you also. I feel like you both played pretty difficult factions. Well, actually, yours is probably the most difficult to play with two different factions. I almost feel like there were 5 that came out in the Thunder's Edge expansion,
Plus the
Codex one, so 6 technically. So I don't know what the other 2 do, because we did play with 4 new ones. The Crimson Rebellion ended up surprising me a lot more than I thought they would, because I was like, oh, they spread out too thin, I'm going to get dicked on. To be fair, I just put a breach out, and I'm like, hey, you guys don't get abilities anymore.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
those
not even
bitches.
going to
Fuck
get
that shit.
And it was anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Kyle, what was your favorite thing?
I mean, I do agree. There's the complexity lends to its replayability, which, yeah, I can't see myself getting tired of this game. It would take so many replays for me to feel like I mastered any part of it. Yeah, I mean, a specific part that I like the most, probably the technology trees.
Yeah.
I think the choices, you get so many choices, and there's so many different avenues you can go down.
Right.
So.
And even though the game takes a long time, you only do like 4 techs besides, well, not 4 techs total, but like 1 guaranteed way to get tech besides other abilities. So you're never going to get all your techs out. And be like, well, figured it out. So you have so many different decisions. Now, you said there was a strength between the techs of like blue is like the best, red's second.
Right, there's tech paths that most people will play. So blue gives you movement in this game. Movement wins you games.
Right, I can see that for sure.
Now, with the expansion, they expanded about that so you can get to higher level techs faster because of your breakthroughs, which then opens up because, like, I got the best level green, and that one is pretty solid.
Right.
And most people pre-Thunder's Edge were never getting that.
Yeah, no.
There's no time.
That makes a good point, because with the Deep Rot being in, I got my War Sun now. I didn't even expect to go War Sun, but because of my breakthrough, I was able to get, a couple blues and then a red. And I'm like, cool, now I'm just going to reduce the yellow I need, and there it is. I did build one, but it was always this big, like, nuke. Like, hey, don't fight me. He's sitting right here. Like, he can just show up out of nowhere. My favorite thing about this game, and it always has been my favorite since 3rd edition, which is the only other version I played, which we only did once this game, is the politics. Like, no other game that I could think of has ever actually implemented laws and agendas and things that get voted on by players where it's like, because we only saw 2, surprisingly, but they were both for or against, but the other version is like elect player, that there's so much negotiation that goes into this game, with so many ways to actually negotiate, because so many other games are like, hey, let's negotiate, we can only trade money. They're so restrictive on your negotiation. Here, it's like, well, we can trade, with this card, we can trade action cards, we can trade promissory notes, we can trade promises. There's just so many things you can do that then ties into the politics phase of like, hey, if you vote for me, then I will do this for you, and it actually matters. And they have both the binding ability of like, I will give you 10 trade goods, and you can't neg out on that. You can't be like, actually, never mind. If you can trade it immediately, you have to. But if it's future stuff, you can be like, actually, never mind.
Right.
That's always been awesome because so many of the politics cards can be really, really huge if you have the planets to basically be like, actually, I'm going to vote against this or whatever. So I've always loved that. Brad?
My favorite part each time I've played this is always the strategy cards.
Mm-hmm.
These?
Yeah, because you the one you choose, you get that big action, but then it keeps you engaged in the game enough because then, especially in a 6-player game, you have the chance of doing 5 other sub actions.
Yeah.
So I mean, it gives you all that variation and choice that you can do, and you have to manage your strategy tokens, of course.
Yeah.
But just having that variation, and it's also a turn order, so it's like, I just like that, having that multi stuff and keeping you. Because if it didn't have the secondary ability, you'd just be sitting here for 30 minutes waiting for your turn.
It's true.
30
minutes per someone's turn.
So it's like,
They did a great job with also making it that you don't want to just instantly use your ability because that second ability could just be what changes the game for someone else.
Right.
You have to be cautious with when you invoke your options.
Yep.
And they added a lot of ways to kind of even mitigate that even more. I don't know if, like, the one I played against you, where it's like, hey, give me all your shit or do your strategy. And I think I played that right whenever I did my Imperial to get the 2 points because I was worried that you were going to do something to stop that. So I'm like, I'm actually just going to kill your turn by making you do a tech. And that's it.
You certainly did, because I had a plan, and you're just like, no, you got to do this or you're going to be
Give
poor.
me all, 15 trade goods and all your action cards.
Yeah, I had 10 at the time. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
Or just, hey, how about we tech? And I think that actually gave me, because I was able to research, I got a salt cannon, which never came in handy, but it was good because I was going to kill your flagship. At the start of space combat in a system that contains 3 or more of your non-fighter units, your opponent must destroy one of his non-fighter ships.
Oh, great.
So I was going to move from my breaches here and over there in there. So I would have had a destroyer, carrier, and flagship to make you just lose your flagship, and then I'd be able to take the planet.
Right.
And that's just one out of hundreds of examples of what literally one card can do to affect the game. Zach, what is your favorite thing about this game?
Probably my favorite is it doesn't do any one thing perfect, but everything combined makes it probably one of the best games out there. The negotiation isn't perfect, but it's fantastic. Combat's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
That's true. Combat is literally just dice.
But it's not like there's not a ton of ways to modify it, but there's still a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not super predictive. Like, you can come in where statistically you should win and you don't. It's like old Axis and Allies. Sometimes you just roll dice and you just lose on fights you shouldn't lose. Not super often, but it does happen. Again, the voting agenda phase, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, because you wanted the votes to be like game breaking.
Yeah, I want it to be more game breaking. Because they leave it open, I do subscribe to like how the Space Cats Peace Turtles community works, and so they do it fairly structured, and it helps speed up the game. But I've played with tables where there's no structure,
Right?
and so it can be pretty wild, and it can take your votes from being like a 30-minute event to like 2 hours.
Jesus.
So it's those type of things. So, and again, Dane and everybody made it open-ended enough that you get to choose how you want to do that while still fulfilling the rule set.
Yeah.
And so again, I like the rules that they are a little gray at times.
Yeah, and God, it's just so fascinating. Like, there's so much to talk about with this game that it's very difficult. I think that's probably why I've never done a review for it, because it's like, where do I even
It would take
begin?
6 hours.
We just took 6 hours to play the game. How do we succinct that so it's not a 2-hour review? Was there anything in this game that you guys didn't like? Like, any negatives that you would be like, well, I don't really like this about the game. I'll leave this one open-ended. So if anyone has anything that's negative that they personally didn't like about the game, if not, then...
The turn order was a little wonky as a first-time player. You definitely had to keep us on track quite a bit. And then I felt like I missed several opportunities for the secondary actions, the way we're kind of jumping around. So it kind of threw me off in that aspect. I mean, I get it; it's part of the core construction of the game. Just something you get around. But my least favorite part would be its odd initiative.
Yeah, no, actually, I guess that's a good point. The fact that 3 of the 6 players are new, there's might be things that you personally struggled with or didn't like as a first-time player versus what you would probably have hundreds of hours of experience, me being middle of the road. No, that's actually a good point, because I even for me, there was some windows that I was like, fuck!
Yeah.
I could have done that. And you don't want it, because it takes so long, you don't want to be like, all right, everyone, hold on. This was an hour ago. Let me do it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you missed that.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you guys don't particularly like?
The only thing I think, and this is any game, and it's built into this game, so it's not the game's fault per se, but I don't like how it can be over, like,
where it's
like
someone's at
finish
6
a
points.
round or something like that.
I love that about this game.
I know,
That's one of the
but
best
it's like,
parts.
I'm a Euro player,
Yeah.
mostly,
Yeah.
so I like to have
You
finish
like
my round.
you like fromage, and fromage is a nope, game's over.
So they did fix that.
Everybody gets to finish. Well, no, that one
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a 6-hour game either. It's a 40-minute game.
So they did put options, game variants in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is, and I'm trying to remember, it's like friendly something. You start the game with all the objectives revealed, so all of them. You can score as many as you like, and when you hit 10, it doesn't immediately end the game. You continue through till everyone's passed, and then whoever has the highest score at that
See,
point
that would
wins the game.
Interesting.
I would like that
It
score.
would be an interesting. It's a different mechanic, and there's lots of different varieties. I haven't really played any of those yet.
Yeah, I almost feel like, man, that would be. It's like, because I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the 2s are that drastically difficult versus the 1s that if they were all revealed, it's just like, why would anyone ever go for
They're
1?
twice as hard because they're like, so the influence one that's out there, the 1-pointer is half the value. It's literally
It's
all
eight
of them are just double the.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
My biggest complaint, and I had found a solution, but I have never seen almost anyone else figure out what I call a really good solution is a table hog and is a card hog, because like, so all, and I especially see it with new players, they put every card individually out. Where like I have just a stack of planets,
That's
and
what I
they're
was
just flip
doing
floor.
with my planets.
But then like tech gets the problem because you need to see which techs you have versus ones you don't. And,
That's
like,
the complaint I was going to have.
secrets
Out of
and-
everything they could have done, a dedicated cardboard card would have been a tech tree, so you can pay attention to dependencies and like understand all up front instead of me shuffling
So
through.
that's because you didn't play TI3 where they had a legitimate
it was
tech
like
tree.
it was like your civilization. If you've ever played that, it was like
just go
and it was it was specifically to get a salt cannon you need this specific tech before that one.
and
Or
you needed like 3 other techs down a different path just
Yeah.
to get to it.
it was
to
your more
open that door.
traditional. In 4, the biggest improvement, in my opinion, is the fact that it just became color coded. You just need 3 reds. Doesn't matter which reds.
Right.
But
Oh,
now,
I would have been okay with that. It would have been nice just to have the tech like little cutout, just to understand. There's greens,
So
there's reds,
there's player
blues.
aids for that out there.
I was about to say, I'm
online.
like, I bet you there's something where it's
simplified
like
it so
where it is
much
that where
that-
you just mark it.
Yeah.
And it's like I mean, it might be a massive page, but it's like where you could just check mark that you've unlocked it, so that you can just look at the sheet instead of have a million cards out.
Right.
That would alleviate a lot of that. Because what sucks is I spent like filament to print all this stuff to try and organize it, and it didn't matter. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like this is nice, having all your units in one box instead of in different piles.
Yeah.
But it
I've
didn't
yet
help.
to find a system for the cards actually out there.
Might be
that
one of those where you
works.
have that specific game table that has the card holders.
Well,
It's like-
have you seen the guy who made like a $2,000 table for TI that has RFD codes and everything?
No way.
Go look up on YouTube. It's stupid.
And that's the thing is
Cool.
this game, like, there's so many campaign games that like Devin owns one, I own one. That's like your lifestyle game.
Yeah.
This is not a. You have one, yeah. Shadows of Brimstone. But they're all campaigns. They're commitments of like progressing the game. This is a lifestyle game that has none of that. Once we're done, we played it, and it's like, man, that was a fantastic, epic experience. Pack it up. Like, I don't have to be like, guys, when are you free next to continue our? When are they making Twilight Imperium Legacy?
They did a role-playing game for it, so...
Did they really?
Yep.
They also made the roll and write.
Yeah.
That wasn't awesome.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't awesome. My only negative, which I think Zach kind of mentioned, is the combat. It is literally just rolling d10s.
Yep.
I prefer that versus the way Voidfall did it, where it's
Yes.
deterministic, where I
I
can just
hate
sit
that.
here and be like, "There's nothing you can do. I am going to win this combat." That's deterministic combat. I think that's atrocious.
But like I like Eclipse's combat a little bit better, where you have ships with bigger and heavier guns that truly do more damage per hit that they do, or
Yeah.
and they have ways to modify dice with it.
Yeah, the only way you modify dice, I think, is action cards.
Pretty much. I mean, some people have abilities. My
Yeah.
thing is like, especially ground combat, you'll get to the point where like there'll be 2 infantry and they'll just keep rolling back and forth because they have to hit a 9, and
Oh, we have that.
and no one will
Like
hit
this.
for like 10 rolls.
Yeah, miss.
Which when you start playing this online, they just automate that.
Really? Yeah, because it does come down to that where you just had one carrier with 2 mechs on it, and I had high value
Right.
ships. So it's like, all right, I need an 8 or a 9, 6, 5, 4. Can you just leave?
like, I think-
Just retreat, please.
Like at one time, someone had 1 fighter and they brought in a large fleet, and you guys rolled. And I'm like, just take the piece off. Like it's dead.
oh, yeah, with the one fighter. Yeah,
Roll the fighter once to see if it does any damage, and then kill it.
yeah. Or the fact that this game is such a table hog, and
Yeah.
yet and you want the tiles to be bigger, or you want ways to not muddy up a section. Like when he brought in 20 units, it's just like, dude, don't even worry about it. I'm retreating.
Yeah.
I have strategic retreat. Just I'm gonna move out. Don't even take it, because it's like, well, I have to take them off. I have to.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess you have to in case someone sabotages my retreat. Did you guys have any negatives? I know you said the space, right, for the
Yeah,
tech.
just a way for since I'm so new, I didn't know what all the tech did, and I had to shuffle
Yeah.
through so many times to just understand what tree I want to go down.
Yeah, that's true. Kyle, you don't have any negatives? Damn. He's like, man, this game is fucking awesome. I'm gonna go buy it.
Well, the game is awesome.
The game is amazing.
I mean, some of the negatives are literally just like, well, how do I make it so I don't spread out so much on this awesome game?
Right, yeah, I don't think there's ever been an instance of this game where I'm like, this is awful. This game would be a 10, now it's a 9 because of this. You know, I don't really
Yeah.
have any glaring. I don't even mind the combat that much. I just wish it was a little bit more, had some zhuzh on it versus just, D10s.
Yeah.
But then again, for a game like this, that's already long, it might actually be one thing where it's like you don't know what you're asking for. You want heavy, like more in-depth combat. Now it's an
No.
extra 2 hours.
Right, no, I like that. It is what it is. There are probably better combat systems out there, but then that would take away from, okay, then how do I politic better? Because,
Right.
yep, you're threatening me, but I see that as like, I still have a chance. You could roll bad,
That's true.
and I can still win.
Yeah.
Where if you have it more predictive, then it starts becoming, okay, this is way more negotiation versus risk.
Yeah.
And I played this game where we've never had a single combat, and I played where it was, we're just playing risk. Like,
Yeah.
it's just advanced risk.
Well, what'd you say? Your last game you played, everyone had War Suns out?
We had 6 people, 4 people had War Suns out.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember my comment to you on that was like, oh, so everyone has War Suns, therefore nobody has War Suns.
Yeah.
It's like everyone in the world has nukes, but no one's really using them because these War Suns are easily the most
People were
disgusting.
using them.
Oh, I'm sure. I did think when Devin slided me on that strategic, I'm like, I'm gonna pull my War Sun and just sweep through his spaces. Fuck him at this point. I'm not winning. Like he's helped me out this entire game. He's used one card to fuck me.
I was kind of hoping Brad was going to take it from you. Then that would have been gold.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he didn't go for it.
Well, I mean, it is always interesting for stuff like that because it's like, could he have won? Because you didn't have the way to shut down my space cannons anymore. It's still based off die rolls.
Right.
But I had my War Sun at that point, so I could have thrown it
His
in there.
flagship's pretty solid.
His flagship?
His flagship, no.
Oh, you're surprised he didn't take it from me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brad couldn't have got it from you. I don't think Brad could have gone from you in what he was bringing. If he got him through the space, but I don't think he could.
Yeah, if he had survived the space combat, then yes.
You had better stuff in space.
Yeah, my second secret objective was attack the person with most victory points, and we were allied. So I'm like, okay, so I come out with nothing. Great.
That's well. I mean, to be fair, you could have done that. It becomes a wash
there
on
were people
victory.
with support for the throne still
Yeah.
that were out there.
You
You
would
would
have
have
lost
support
it.
with someone else.
So you would have lost the point, then you would have gained the point. So you stay even on points, but then you no longer have that threat of losing the point. So you could have just started attacking
two
it.
points to win the game from Imperial,
Right, yeah.
which was
So-
the bigger deal.
Well, that was okay. Well, that all went down before I had that card. The Brad situation, the Imperial blockage.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this ends up becoming one of those games where you look back on it and you're just like, there's the mistake. And because I've played a lot of these kinds of games where if I lose, I'm like, I don't know what I could have done better. And
No, there's
this-
almost always if you lose, it's because I turned the key one turn too early.
Yeah.
Or one turn too late.
Yeah, I missed this. And that could be frustrating for some people, especially new players who are like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. But
You got me with the relic, because I only brought one mech, because I'm like, what's the worst that'll be happen? Until you're like, ba-bam, fracture, that's what's going to happen. And I'm like, oh man, that whole fight's toast now.
which one?
Because over here, I brought only my one mech. My goal was to take the ground with the mech.
Oh,
'cause I
yeah,
had
my
two
breaches! Yeah.
And you were just like, no, he won't survive the conquest. So it's like, oh no.
But my biggest surprise with this game was that those breaches were, because I thought they were just going to be used for movement, for me teleporting across, and I never did it. They just ended up becoming like, actually, you guys don't have abilities anymore. Oh, it's because my flagship was
Right.
out.
And realistically, your flagship stayed alive a lot longer because I had two people pressuring me right next to Mechatol Rex. Like, I want to kill the stupid flagship. Let me kill the flagship
Yeah,
so
all
we
I
can
did-
stop this problem.
All I did was literally camp on Mechatol Rex with that active breach, and I'm like, all right, and that's why I kept clarifying, hey, is this the end of a combat? Because now I can pop my breach in there, and nope, you can't bombard, you don't have sustained damage anymore, you don't have planetary shield, which doesn't matter because bombardment's gone. It was great.
Yeah.
So Zach can take it from here because we can probably move on to the expansions. So to gauge everyone's thoughts on that. So Prophecy of Kings, not counting factions because
Sure.
none of us played with Prophecy of Kings factions.
Right, so things that came in were agents, the exploration that was the big one from Prophecy of Kings, mechs, which really changed ground combat from being the most sluggish thing ever. Prophecy of Kings fixed a lot of problems that base game had, being kind of slow. Big things in this one was the breakthroughs in synergy with Thunder's Edge, and just introducing a ton of legendary planets. So there were 4 legendary planets in Prophecy of Kings, and now I want to say there's like 12 to 15,
There's a
something
bunch,
like that.
yeah. Kyle has them all.
And they are pretty cool. Like, they all do something pretty interesting.
And they're not an action to use.
They're
it's
not
just an
action to
ability.
do. Thunder's Edge is pretty cool with its ability. I did do the one thing I was trying to, which was time it so I got to place Thunder's Edge
That
down.
made me so mad.
I know.
I was sitting there and I was looking. I'm like, oh, I have 2, and everyone only has 1. I'm like, I should be able to place it.
Right.
And then I was like, aw.
But here's the thing, even if you got the infantry, I still got to place it as the last person. You just get the 2 troops. I would have still placed it somewhere. where I
So
was
even
going
if
to-
you only had 1, the last
whoever's-
person to play.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You claim it, but
Oh,
I would have
okay.
taken it as soon as that
Gotcha.
happened, because I would have placed it exactly where I
So with Prophecy of Kings, we can start with the agents. So these on the
Yep.
side with the agent, commander, heroes, and then your mechs. What's everyone think about? What did everyone think about those?
There was a wide variety of power
Oh my
fluctuations
God,
because
it was
mine was
insane.
not a very good
Yeah.
ability at all.
Your agent.
Yeah.
They use them to help balance base game factions. So factions who have really weak starts got really good agents, and then factions who have pretty good
Right.
starts basically didn't get very much.
Gotcha. So the Foundation of Soul, are they like a mid-tier faction? Are they
So
on
they win. I want to say they win on a higher rate than like the higher than 50%.
really?
So they're pretty
That's
good.
interesting.
Because they're good at infantry and ground and taking planets. So and they get and their economy is good.
So you just needed to be hyper aggressive.
They need to be a little more aggressive. Brand needed to be a little bit more aggressive.
I tried, and then you guys talked me out of it.
Well, that was the thing. You just don't let people talk you out of it. You just go do it.
I know this game is not friendly to. Well, I mean, I guess it can be like where it's not like a game like Comet where it's all combat. It's like if you don't
Right.
want to fight, you don't really have to.
No. I mean, I didn't fight very often on anybody. I didn't need to.
That's true.
I didn't see a reason to fight very often.
Your only threat was when I was going to move in, and you're like, yeah, you won't stay there.
Yeah. Because, like, you could go in, but then, like, but I have enough dreadnoughts right there. Like, it's just not going to matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, this game has a lot of that, like almost bluffing. Maybe not even bluffing, but just like it could be empty threats of like.
There can be empty threats, but to me, it's harder to do some empty threats because you can see, well, like, yes, I could take that, but then, like, I could come back and take that. That wasn't a problem. But then I would be weaker, so someone else's forces could just go walk in.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's stalemate at that point. Of
Right.
it.
Or like this, building the War Sun and just not actually popping it out, but just keeping it there. Because this was at the start of combat, I could purge
Right.
that to put any. When I produce, I can put them on that card. And at the start of combat, I can purge that card to put all those units there. So they just kind of show
spawn
up.
a war sun.
So that's why I put it there. And
like
there was a point where I didn't think I was going to be able to end the game. I was like, I could just have 2 War Sun, 2 boobs on the side as like just a big. It doesn't matter where if you're going to fight me, I'm just going to pop these in here. And someone could have been like, okay, bet. Now your War Suns are out. Like now you have to move them normal. So I don't have this teleport ability anymore. What do you guys think? Kyle, you're quiet, which is normal. What do you think of the agents and these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to use my hero, but
What was your hero?
my agent just got to do everyone else's abilities, so it was pretty good.
I didn't get to use my
Oh, did
hero
it
either.
let you do everyone else's abilities? I only use mine.
I mainly used yours because like a lot of them were combat based. Yours was just like the most useful to me.
No, I mean that's what's great about it. It's just like, which one is best for this situation? And yeah, my agent ended up being awesome. I never used mine really for myself.
Yeah.
What was your hero? Each other player shows you 1 action card from their hand and their balls. For each player, you may take that card.
So
And
I
it's
can like load up on action cards or make you all discard your action cards.
Oh god, it's so interesting because the action cards give you so much variety, but yet they're kind of one note. It's like, hey, I do stuff with action cards. That's it.
You can like build it up to like do something massive during one
Right.
round.
No,
But
true.
it takes like maybe if I had a chance to do next round, I would have been able to do
Right.
it. But
Or again, when it ties into the negotiation, or just the empty threats,
Right.
you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 10 action cards, and it's like every time I was doing something, I was like terrified that you were going to cancel it.
and I never got one that allowed me to
Thank
cancel.
God. I think I got the only sabotage in the game.
Well, because they added so many more. So, base game, with a Sorrow especially, you went through the deck the entire time and then you had to reshuffle. Well, Dane did not like that, so Property as a King, he put enough in that there was no statistical way for you to get through the entire deck. So, there's only now 4 sabotages.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is
In
how
the
many
entire-
action cards we had left.
Yeah, so there's only 4 sabotages now in the entire thing, where before you kind of had planned that by end game, all 4 were out there somewhere. You just had to know it existed.
It's like playing against a blue mana person in Commander, where it's like, great, I guess you're just going to play.
Yeah, you just know there's
God,
4
is
of
he going
them.
to cancel?
You know there's 4 of them.
What do you guys think? Did you guys like the agents and all that?
Well, I mean, we didn't have a reference for without them, but they certainly
Matt-
added quite a bit. Let's see here. What do I have? I got the additional galvanizing effects, the immune to sabotage, which was useless to me down the line because you sabotaged me before that came out.
Right. But
Let's
then
see
again, you
here.
never have to worry about it for the rest of the game.
No, I mean, no, they're a great additional, and like you said, it was a balancing measure.
Yeah.
So no, I enjoyed them. Mechs are badass. I like that each of our mechs were slightly different.
Yep.
I mean, just a slightly
Right.
different.
Was everyone?
effect
Are the
there.
combats the same on them? Are they all 2 6s?
Some have slightly different combat,
Okay.
but,
But most
the
is like
vast
a-
majority are all the same.
Yeah, mine was a deploy effect where it's like during the commit ground forces, I could just put one out,
Okay, badass.
which I forgot to do on Mechador Rex.
Yeah, mine blows up, and then it buffs the rest of the infantry in the area with Galvanize.
All your infantry?
3 of them.
3 of them? God. Which is, again, so you were actually a good counter to him. With
Yeah, we were both
forces.
powerful ground fighters. We should have been next to each other, warring.
And to be fair, this game ended up being, like, if we play again, try and make this an annual thing, the website he handed me, I could have just given you guys the link, and there was a draft. So I could have done it to where it was randomized factions, not the way I did it, but they would have all been there. You could have drafted for your slice, so your section of the map. You could have drafted for factions.
Faction, speaker, and slice.
In speaker, yeah.
Made the snake order, so...
Yeah, so it could have been like Chris starts, and then he gets first pick, then it goes around to Zach, and then Zach gets 2 picks, and it goes around until everyone has picked. Because of just everyone's first game, I just kind of pseudo-chose for everyone except the factions, because we did it a different way. But you have a lot more control over it, so I probably would not have picked the one that has a fucking war or a supernova right in front of my face. Because it doesn't help me from a deterrent. No one can take my base anyway.
Right.
So that's just something that gets, again, better with experience.
I had an action card for that massive deal in the middle that was going to let every thing that does combat in there gets +1 to their dice roll.
Oh, for yours?
Yeah.
For your stuff?
I'd been hard.
And what do your
because
infantry hit on?
6.
6 or higher, so you have 50-50
And then if they die, they get to repop
At home.
back at if I roll.
just
them
kill all. Hey, I
Brody.
finally
like,
took Megaton Rex.
zombify.
Another swarm of infantry. Chris, what do you think?
I think
You
mine.
use yours, I think, the most.
Yeah, my faction is clearly built around mine, so I don't think I would have functioned well if I couldn't get coexistence, because otherwise I would have to do suicide tactics to get people in. So
Yeah, a lot of your stuff, unfortunately, helped people where you had no negotiating power. It's like, I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I don't entirely have choices with some of my stuff.
Right.
My most important threat is I'm going to delete this technology, and I think I'm just not skilled enough to know which one would have changed the tide.
Now, was that a
One.
tech that was in the deck?
My choice.
Your choice.
So the abilities is action. Purge this card and a non-unit upgrade technology you own or from your deck, and then purge all cards with the same name owned by other players and in other players' decks.
Right.
Damn.
You get another one back, because then each player that purged a technology that owned researches another technology,
Oh,
but
okay.
it still shuts it down. If something...
So things like getting rid of Lightwave is pretty good, because that's how a lot of people end home systems is through Lightwave.
Yeah, there was a way, and he actually, the Cardboard Crusade, I can't remember his name, I've immediately blanked on that YouTuber. But one thing that he mentioned about their strategy is to try and get the light wave as quickly as possible, because otherwise people can camp here, and then therefore I can't like teleport from my spot. Because my only connection to the main board for my home system is here.
So we could just fucked on
You could have blockaded it.
Oh man!
Right off rip until I get enough tech to go past you guys. But luckily that didn't happen, and I had enough rifts out that it wasn't going to work. But knowing that it could have stalled for a decent amount of time. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the agents are amazing. My dog's freaking out right now. They're so diverse. I mean, the fact that every faction already had a unique ability, and then there were all those, just made them even more like asymmetric. And I like the fact that like you start with your agent, so you already start a little bit different. Unlock your commander later on, and then your hero is a one-time use.
And they're always big.
And they're always massive. Like, when am I going to pop this? Which is just fantastic.
Yep.
Zach, I'm assuming you love the agents.
Yeah, I think the agents overall balance it. They give you more choices, and they, again, your agent you can sell because it is to any player. The commander you can kind of sell to one person by selling your alliance.
Yeah.
And their passive abilities. So I do like the fact that it is one time per round, passive, and then a one per game ability.
Yeah.
It's the same for everybody. It's the same format. That's pretty solid. So that's always enjoyable.
Yeah. Last thing for Prophecy of Kings was the exploration.
Yep.
which were those decks and like the different like the
Frontier
green, the
tokens.
frontier tokens, the green or the red. What do you guys think of that?
And relics.
And relics, yeah.
So it added relics. It added those exploration markers completely.
Yeah.
And the decks
So,
as well.
all the decks that we use for exploration, every time you took a planet, all your anything that basically got handed when you took a planet that first time was new for Prophecies of King.
Oh, okay.
It made it actually 4x. Before it was not technically 4x because there was no exploration. The map was fully built.
That's true.
That was a complaint, but Prophecy of Kings made it truly 4x.
Yeah, both of the expansions are basically, I'd say, a must-have to the game. Like,
I would say definitely Prophecy of King.
Yes.
You could be playing a really happy game of Twilight Imperium with just Prophecy of King. Thunder's Edge just ratchets it up again.
That's true. What did everyone think of the exploration? Devin, you don't think you did any of it?
I did a little bit. I did a skosh. I did a few of those. I liked it.
Yeah.
You know, when I was just claiming planets unopposed. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I mean, I guess a little something to incentivize you to move early
Right.
game. Being the first to claim, you get a little bit, maybe an infantry or extra resource of some kind.
Yeah.
You know, just a little booster.
Yeah, it's mainly, I feel like, to get those fragments.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get relics. Which, did everyone here get relics?
Nope.
Next up, you guys didn't get relics?
We got all the weaker effects on our exploration where it was like gain a commodity or
Right.
if you happen to have this, you can do
If you
this.
have commodities, do this. I don't have any. Well, then you
Yeah.
got nothing.
So again, that's where experience will be. So like I know for a fact, like when you're taking red planets, use mechs to do it because then you don't have to sell infantry. Greens are going to give you commodities, or if you have commodities, they're going to trigger other abilities.
Okay.
And blues are blue. They
We
can
don't go
use.
there.
Yeah, and the blue deck's fine, but it has the most fragments, so you have the best chance of getting relics from the blue deck.
Do you think relics enhance the game or make it unbalanced? Because I feel like,
They all make it unbalanced because you get ones that are
okay,
and then there are some really good ones, but they now have enough of them. Again, it was one of those things where you didn't have enough, and now there's plenty of random that people who are getting relics aren't just winning the game because of it.
I gotcha. Yeah, because the one that I ended up getting, I got literally, the first three things that I explored was a uncolored relic, and then I got 2 red planets. I was like, relic fragment, and then it's like, cool.
And
then,
you got a really good
and I got a really good relic that was,
And like I got a good one that gives you plus or minus to it 1 die roll per round. Well, okay, that's not bad, but it's not like game ending.
breaking.
it's not, yeah, it's not
It's
space.
something you have to think about.
It's, yeah.
That stopped me from using those gravity warps several times.
Right, and then like I do
true.
have one.
I'm like,
that,
I could use that, but
Oh, yes, I rolled a 4. Actually, it's a 3.
and there goes my flagship.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris knows about that.
I saved his flagship with it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I went right in and killed it
And
with
then-
my ships.
And then he's like,
Yeah, he used it to extort me, and he's like, good, that worked exactly the plan. Now.
My ships were on the board, you could clearly see what I could do.
right. Again, this is one of those things where almost everything in this game can be tweaked in a way as a negotiation.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I think Zach had a good point of like, he had a way of shutting down my relic completely where I had no chance of, and he's like, hey, I can, he was talking to Brad or someone, hey, I can turn him off. Or, Sep, you can pay to have me not turn him off. And it's like, I guess I can.
Right.
Brad and Kyle, exploration, you guys did a decent amount,
Yeah.
I feel like.
It's fine having the card deal. I like the relics.
The relics, yeah.
Edition and stuff. Because this one, with his ability, also, because this was whenever I do a technology, I can exhaust this card to get rid of one prerequisite.
Oh,
So
yeah,
with
with
him, I
his,
can cut 2 off.
yeah,
you
which
know, and
is
stuff,
just
but-
insane.
It's pretty good.
Because it's like, basically, at that point, you're going to get every relic for free, or every technology almost for free.
Yeah.
Kyle, you did actually a lot of it.
Yeah, I did. I guess the one thing I would complain about is I have 9 planets.
Mhm.
None of them have technology.
Oh, the technology ability or the
Which is,
prereq
I
on
just
it?
feel like technology abilities are a little too rare, maybe? A little bit.
Well, to be fair, there are a ton of planet
Yeah.
tiles in the box.
Like,
so it just so
we
so we
happens.
just
even
happened to get ones that didn't have
Yeah,
technology.
Correct.
we didn't even play with half the tiles.
Okay.
And the new stuff, so Thunder's Edge helped with that. There are now planets with double tech skips.
Yeah.
on
Okay.
them. Like it'll be a red yellow tech skip.
Yeah, and I in the website I included both expansions, obviously, because we have some of the new
Right.
anomalies.
Because-
That's just how it happened to come out.
Right.
Again, that would be one of those things where if we were playing again and drafted, you could look at the slices and be like, oh, that has a tech
Sure.
planet on it, so I want to pick that one.
But to be fair, like some of that, what you need is so you have an objective for that. You have now 20 objectives and you're only pulling 5 of them. So the chance that you're going to get that is unlikely. But you had 2 legendary planets, which is kind of unusual.
You had 3.
3 legendary
You had
planets.
3 legendary planets.
But no planets with technology.
Right.
Yeah, and these were all great, and they were all enough. Like, well, Hope's End was basically yours. We could have fought for an ML par.
Right.
You may exhaust this card at the end of your turn to ready another component that isn't a strategy card. That would have been good
Yeah.
too.
So
Yeah. All right. So Thunder's Edge, the newest expansion, one that I was surprised. I think almost everyone might have been surprised, besides, I guess, anyone who's really in the community.
Right.
I just expect Fantasy Flight to, if it's not Arkham Horror or Marvel Champions, they're not making anything. So whenever they announced an expansion to TI, I was like, no way. Now, how much is it? How much was this expansion?
like 120,
120.
something like
Yeah,
that. It's
they're-
expensive.
It's very fucking expensive. And whenever I got it, I was like, do I even want to keep this expansion? Can I just return it to get $120 back? But I'm like, fuck it. Let me see if I can organize a game to play it. So you said this one came, obviously, we actually played with 4 of the new factions.
Yeah, so because it came with all the codex stuff, it came with 6 factions and then a fair amount of stuff. The bigger
Yes.
thing is it came with 2 different game modes. So there's a Frankenstyle game mode in it, and then it gave options for different game rule plays. So
Oh yeah, there's the event deck,
yes,
the Galactic events. Have you played with those?
I played 1 game with those, and they are pretty wild.
Okay.
Like,
There's a deck of well, you can explain what they do.
yeah, so we'll go through a couple. It's like, if you're a Euro player, you can play with all of the objectives open. It completes an entire round, and whoever has the highest score wins. It's not just first to 10. That's pretty cool. There's one that everyone starts with Fighter 2. Your fighters can have 1 capacity now for everyone. But all your non-fighter ships, when they die, they are purged from the game. So they are
Oh my
gone. You
God.
have 5 of
Oh.
them. Like you have 5 dreadnoughts, you have 2 war suns. They die, they're gone.
And you can throw as many of those in the game as you want, right?
They suggest 1, but I've
One.
seen people, because they had announced them, like when they were coming out doing the teasers, they threw a couple out and people have put multiple together. There's ones that you can trade tech. You just straight up trade tech with people. So it's a negotiation tool. There's
Yeah.
Total War. It's like every 5. So every time you kill a ship, you get that many trade goods on the card. And when you have, like, I think it's 5 or 10 of those trade goods, you can count them as a point. But they stay in your home system. So if somebody comes and takes your home system from them, they get all of those as well and can spend them for points. And they're not trade goods; they're just markers for points.
Gotcha.
And so you can have 6-point swings with nothing and just end games. And so again, depending on how your table plays, what you want to play, and there's 22 of them. The one I really want to play, there's 2. Hazardous worlds, so red worlds have automatic enemies depending on their value, and you have to go kill them because they are hazardous worlds.
Gotcha.
There's minor factions, so all the equal distance planets have a faction from the game that play on the board. When you take those worlds, you get their alliances. So you might just get randomly cool alliance cards.
Oh, cool.
So again, there's lots of different ways to play that game.
This expansion to me feels a little bit like the last Cosmic Encounter expansion,
A little bit.
where it's just kind of like, because the last Cosmic Encounter expansion basically came with like 20 new aliens plus a little bit of something for every single variant
Yeah.
that they threw in from all the 7 other expansions. This feels a little bit like that kind of concept, where it's like here's a little bit of new stuff. Here's more action cards. Here's more agendas. Here's more relics. Here's more factions.
It fixed a lot of things that Dane did not like, so for the fact that you couldn't get endgame tech easily. So, like, we ended this game in 4 rounds, and I have 2 level 3 techs already.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a lot of tech. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tech in total.
Yeah, I have 5, not counting my free one I got from the
Right.
Nebula or whatever it's called.
But that was one of the things that changed is, let's get more tech out, let's get bigger tech out, so people are playing bigger games. More epic games and more chaotic games.
So, from your guys' perspective, with I guess the only people who messed with the fracture was Chris and Zach.
Right.
But the concept of the fracture that pops up, I guess you have what, depending on the number of players, 6 chances for the fracture to show up.
Yeah, pretty much.
With that being something that also can increase your chances of getting relics, what do you guys think of that being an add-on from the expansion?
I feel like we didn't play with it enough, is the problem.
Yeah.
It came in and we kind of ignored it because we were so caught up with the middle when that could have been the game changer.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
I know, I kept trying to get there.
Well, yeah, they all
Stopping me.
appeared on a random side, literally all on one side. You had to have an action card to even have a chance to go
Yeah.
there. I'm kind of mixed on the fracture. Like, the neutral units are just kind of there, and then obviously you're going there to get a relic, which is still really cool, but there's no real reason after that, because it's not like, oh, cool, if I take that planet from you, I also get a relic. It's kind of like, alright, this is almost here.
Attaching the relic to the planet, making it one and the same, would probably be a good workaround there. Where instead of keeping the relic, if you take the planet, you get to take the relic.
That relic that
with
they got
it.
for it. That's not a bad idea.
Well,
yeah.
so there's too many relics that are just like one-time use, like Stellar Converter is one-time use, and there's like Dominance Orb that's you spend them and
yeah.
they're gone. And the troops are fairly, like, you have to bring a fair amount to take any of those planets well. And like you looked at these, and I would agree. These Planet 2 were less of valuable, but it's 2 relics. Versus, like, that's $3. That's pretty
Yeah.
much just the best type of non-legendary planet out there to get. And then Styx is 4, which is almost just as good as Thunder Edge. It's legendary, so you get a point from it, and you got a relic from it. We just
Styx gave you a point?
Styx's legendary ability is a point.
Damn it. Oh, yeah, we read that at the beginning.
And so that's where, like, again, I think once you start playing it more, these become, like, people will focus on these way more heavily than just what's in the middle, but the middle felt bigger because it's Rex.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and I was going to go for... That's why I was bypassing through Chris, because I was going to head there, because the assault cannon just says your opponent.
Yes.
So I was going to be able to go there, pop my War Sun there, and have a Dreadnought just immediately be removed
right.
from the combat. So I was going to... I completely forgot that Styx gave you a point. I was just going for the relic.
Right. Which, again, relics are good.
And they're super fun.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts? You guys don't...
On the fracture?
On the fracture?
I never even got close to it. So
It was just so far over
I mean,
there.
I could see where it'd be an interesting add-on, but with it only being on one side of the board, like, if you start way over here,
Right,
Well,
you
it's,
didn't have any
it's,
portals
time,
nearby.
it's time
They were
to
all-
ease, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's true.
Which again, were what? Oh, it's based off the person who
Yeah, so
pops
it's
it based off their
3 per
breakthrough.
color. So it's your breakthrough, and it's 3 per color of your breakthroughs, 2 colors. So
Yeah.
6 could go out, but if you again, like we said, if you don't have very many tech skips throughout the map, then they're just going to be limited.
Yeah.
So I could take it or leave it. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Kyle, are you gonna
I
say
mean,
vote?
I also didn't get to really engage with it. I didn't even get my breakthrough. So
Did you not?
No,
Oh shit! I thought everyone but Devin got his breakthrough.
No.
out.
no. Because you took 2.
Yeah, you
didn't
both
get
got
it.
two.
And I didn't even need to because I
And I
already
took 2
had my breakthrough.
to get type
Yeah,
Thunder's
so
Edge.
I guess that's a talking point on the breakthroughs. I love them because again, it just ramps tech even
Yeah.
more. But
if you don't immediately go for it, then a lot of times you just don't get it.
There's-
You gotta get the planning.
Yeah, they're so easy to get to. Like, they're not really that. It's like, okay, I don't have a secret objective right now. Okay.
There are certain ones that are easier, and then there's other ones that you just have to make a choice.
Right.
So, like, I don't think anybody took Diplo on turn 1. Well, if someone had taken Diplo, but they had the opportunity to get something else, you could almost always get enough to get 5 resources or 5 influence to be your backup plan with
Yeah.
that Diplo card. But then you're using Diplo to do it. Same with whoever took Politics turn 1. You're not using those action cards.
Right.
You are choosing, I'm going to use this strategy card to get my breakthrough.
Right.
Even if those 2 action cards are fantastic.
Yeah, I think it could have just been edge case where I already started with mine as my faction, but then my 2 secret objectives, one was having like 3 laws out, and another one was something that wasn't going to be obtainable right away. So I'm like, this isn't worth
Oh, yeah,
anything.
no. Yeah, first, people who take leadership, what I see is most just discard their secret because they know they're going to have enough opportunities to get secrets again.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess in Devin's case, and I guess in yours, because you weren't able to hop on the Thunder's Edge immediately, you weren't able to get your breakthrough.
Yep.
Did you guys find that extremely hindering, or did it end up just not really mattering a whole lot?
Didn't matter to me too much because my breakthrough is more of a negotiating tool.
When you can allow other players to use your stall tactics or scheming faction, when you do, you may resolve a transaction with that player during the action phase. That transaction does not count against the once per player transaction limit for that turn. If you had ways to
Yeah, that'd
trade
be awesome.
your
That would have been awesome.
your breakthrough,
That'd be great.
what does it do?
I would have been able to produce ships in places I already have command tokens.
Oh my god!
Yeah, place those ships in a system that contains one of your command tokens, at least one of your ground forces, and no other player ships. So whenever I produce, I could tap this and just produce somewhere I've been.
That you've already moved to.
Yeah,
Well,
which
mine-
would have been fantastic.
Mine was
Yeah.
a
You would have your
production.
front lines.
Mine was a production one too, because mine was when you produce a ship with capacity, you may also produce any combination of ground forces or fighters up to that ship's capacity. They do not count against your production
So
limit.
you guys should have. You guys,
God.
I should have. If I had known what your faction did, I should have moved it to where you guys were right next to each other. Have your guys' ground forces.
Yeah, we've been distracted the whole time fighting each other.
Yeah.
Now
Now we're going to
mine.
stay next to Seth and destroy them.
We would have been best of friends the entire time. No, mine was so tied to my
Yeah.
faction though. Like your guys' are a little more liquid. Mine was basically I can flip an active or inactive breach, which again ended up being super helpful. But it's like if there was a moment, like for example, where I thought someone was going to use a breach to pop over next to me, it's like I'm just going to deactivate that real quick.
Yeah.
Which could be really cool. And yeah, yours was because I'm sitting. I played the Crimson Rebellion. Kyle's in the wrong spot. He played the loser ass Yasarl tribe with their huge goblin balls from the lore. Oh yeah, you could just freely do transactions with people
Pretty much.
using your stall tactics. But again, I wish you had ways to. I feel like you should have the ability to trade action cards.
No, it's
Like-
like Han, who's the traders.
Right.
That do. Their job is just to gather secrets, not sell secrets.
Yeah. What else came with the Thunder's Edge? I mean, Thunder's Edge itself. The
Yeah.
planet.
I mean, so just things like the new planets and a lot new legendary planets, the new tear, so you can much easier get faction tech if you're next to it or in it. The fracture, new factions coexisting, so you can be actually friends.
Yeah.
On ground combat, that was weird because last game I played Titans, and they could put their
The
PBSs
Titans of Ul or something, yeah.
their PBSs all over in coexistence, and that's weird. And then we would both get extra action card during the stats phase. So like I was drawing 5 extra action cards per round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And that's just like, again, that's just one faction. That like we could play this exact same game. One person pulls a new faction, and then it completely changes the dynamic.
Or we
of the
all just
game.
play different ones. That
Or
would
again,
completely
well, that's what I'm
change the
saying
game.
is like, yeah, that's what makes this game great. Is
Yeah.
that, like what Chris was saying, just we could play the exact same game and just have a completely different outcome.
Yes.
Without this having to really have that much shit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a million different boxes. We're not sitting here like with Kingdoms Forlorn going, we need some stuff to make this game good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this game already has everything
stuff.
it needs.
Be good.
Well,
Rating.
yep. I'm like, I can't think of anything. No one really had any major negatives. And without drawing it out about the nuances of things. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys rate it? Zach!
0.
10.
Yeah, I mean, it has to
Did
be.
the expansions... What was TI for you before the expansions? Did you never play TI 4 with
I
the
did.
expansions?
Yeah, I played quite a few games. It would probably been 9, maybe a 10.
Okay.
It's hard for me to know because it's always been in my top 10.
Yeah.
So it's probably always been a 10. Because
Yeah.
I think it's always done what it sets out to do well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I want to play a politics game, there are better ones. But they
Sure.
don't have war.
There's Hegemony,
Yeah.
which is politics, the game.
Right.
Hey, which you played.
This one is just probably the best of them all.
In terms of 4X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the expansions just made it better. Each
I
expansion.
know. I don't think there was anything the expansions brought that was like, ugh.
Or
Like,
made it
that's-
worse.
That sucks. Yeah, or
Yeah.
you fucked up the balance. It's like they only balanced it better.
Yeah, it's more chaotic.
Which is what I also, which is kind of what I want.
Yeah, I like that.
Brad, scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go with 8.
8.
Still really good.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you know, I will play this maybe once a year
Right.
and stuff, and
Here's hoping.
not to say right exactly, and you know, like I like Eclipse
Yep.
Yeah.
better
I've never
Personally.
played Eclipse, so I
because
don't
it's more of a Euro-y style, so that's why with this is still great though. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
To some directors out there, an 8 is a good
Right.
rating. 5 is also average. Not the worst game we've ever played. I'm with Zach on this. This is a 10 for me. Like I said, it fluctuates if I get a chance to play it, but even whenever I haven't played it for years and I talk about TI, I mean, I think Devin had heard us talk about it, and I've always been
I've only heard it whispered in Myth and Legend.
yeah, right. Where I've always like
A great
it's-
9-hour game.
It's one of
Yeah.
the more epic experiences you can have in board gaming, especially now that if we, like I said, can make this more frequent with the same group who now knows how to play, it just gets better from there. With people aren't trying to be like figuring out what the fuck is going on, being overwhelmed by like just what one card does or something. It gets even better. We had a few moments where it was like a you motherfucker, like, and that just gets amplified where it's like, I am going to rain hell on everything you love. And then that person could just come back and be like, you don't have the power.
Right.
Yeah, everything about this game I've always just absolutely loved. The expansions made it even better for me, so it's a 10 for me. It's 10 for me, dog. Kyle?
Solid 6.5. Slightly better than Kingdoms Forlorn.
Just a little, just barely ekes it out.
I'd give it a 9.
9, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I can't think of many negatives. I do think that maybe I would have had more negatives if we didn't play the expansions. But in its current form, it's a solid game.
And what's honestly amazing is you guys were new. That most of the time it's like, you guys are new, we're just gonna play base game.
Right.
We're not, but you guys were new and then we threw in both expansions and they've somehow added the expansions to feel fluid
Yeah.
versus like, hey, if I didn't tell you these were expansions, you would have just
How
thought,
would you?
You
Yeah,
wouldn't have
that-
known.
It's
Yeah.
a separate piece, so I assumed it was an expansion.
no, the cards are separate pieces. This wasn't the space game. Oh yeah, I guess they wouldn't because that's where the sheets go. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean this is
That's
tied in, so you would have just thought it was just an extra portion,
Yep.
which is very rare, especially for a game like this where it's like, all right, the teach was 2 hours. That was base game. Now let me teach you expansion stuff. But it could also be fair that the YouTuber killed it with his how to play video.
No, he was very precise.
Well, I think an upside, though, is the way this expansion looked. And I've seen this in, like, Wingspan. The expansion fixed holes.
Right.
And that feels good. When it feels natural to the base game and is complementary to how the game was already played.
Yeah.
And, like, some of our factions, The Deep Rock could not exist without any of that extra stuff. It was obviously made the second expansion. So
I think complimentary is the perfect word to use for the expansions, just because I feel like base game was still like a 9. You're not really going to find holes with it unless you literally lifestyle it. And then you just add more, and you're like, man, this is all great. Because I've always hated expansions that fix a game, where it's like, hey, this game sucks, but we have made an expansion to make it better. Spend $40, and I don't think. I mean, Zach could probably again attest to it a little bit more. I don't think you needed the expansions to fix it. It just enhanced it.
Yeah, unless it was your lifestyle game, base game got fairly predictive.
Yeah.
By 20th game, where
26-hour game.
Yeah, where either of the expansions make it chaotic enough that it stopped being predictive.
Yeah. Devin, scale of 1 to 10.
2.
2?
Solid
Yeah,
2.
I guess
I'll give it,
so far
honestly.
back.
Yeah, I was doing decent, thank you.
You were.
Ish. You know.
With your support for
Regretted
the
our
You're
alliance.
welcome. Your alliance helped me.
I will give it. I'm kind of with Brad on it. I'll give it I'm torn. 8. I'll give it a solid 8 confidently. It was good stuff. We had a good time. The playing all day is, I mean, I guess in the niche groups it could be a bonus.
Yeah.
But I appreciate this one. It was 6 hours versus the a 10-hour is what I heard whispered. So.
Well, that's because that was a safe bet with 3 new players, essentially
right.
4 new players.
I was
And
surprised it didn't take us 10.
Christ.
right. I mean, to be fair though, we start Kingdom Forlorn at 10 o'clock and fucking end at 10, and we only get through half a fucking quest.
That's very true,
So-
and we're also quitting that game. So
Putting it on pause.
quitting.
Or quitting. But that's the thing is like, yeah, we were able to play a 6-hour game and feel fulfilled.
Yeah, I'll give it an
8. Chris?
Do you want me to stick with a whole number or is fractions fine?
You
And I can explain why.
7.23.
No.
You can do 0.5s.
I would say 8.5.
8.5.
Because Scythe is my 9, and I really love Scythe. And I think this would be a 9. This setup was where it got me. If we did that serpent drafting system, I probably would have put this at a 9 because I would have had more control of who I am, where I'm at, and then I would feel like...
But you could give it a 9 because that is a possibility. We just didn't do that because I was trying to set the game up way ahead of time. Just so I guess you know that it exists.
So yeah, I'll say it's 8.5 with the potential for the promotion once I play more.
Yeah.
Because that's what it looks like it's going to end up. This is close enough to Scythe with the same mechanics of Scythe I love. So
I also love Scythe. I think everyone... Well, Brad hates Scythe.
I don't care for
He
it.
doesn't like it. I know.
It's the most Euro war game out
I
there.
know. He loves Star Wars Unlimited. It's fucking atrocious. But yeah. All right. Well, does anyone have anything else to bring up about TI? Nope, we're all good. All right. Well, that is it, everyone. That's our thoughts on Twilight Imperium 4th Edition with the Thunder's Edge expansion and the Prophecy of Kings expansion. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.